Hi, it's Chris. I want to update you on what's happening with Medicare. And particularly, I don't like to say this very often because I'm not a very braggadocious kind of a person, but I was right. And it makes me sad because we saw the writing on the wall in 2015 when the law called MACRA was first passed. We knew that it would be implemented January 1 of 2020, and I made some predictions at that time. I was the first one on the YouTube to talk about MACRA and what it would mean to the end of Plan F, Medicare supplement. Hi, I'm Chris Westfall. Today's January 23rd, 2015, and a quick Medicare update of what's going on in the country. This week in Congress, in the Energy and Commerce Committee, which is a very small subcommittee of the Ways and Means Committee, Congress was listening to various witnesses talking about the sustainable growth rate, and that's the doctor reimbursement. Well, I'm bringing to you today evidence from the marketplace to show you what we see as agents that proves that what I said was correct. And if you're one of those people who still remains on Plan F Medicare supplement, my gosh, if you can, get off of Medicare supplement Plan F. I'm trying to watch my language here. I get really passionate about this because I see people who are paying like $300 and $400 a month for their Medicare supplement plan, and they don't do anything about it. They just let it sit there. While their health, meanwhile, would qualify them to get on a much better Medicare supplement plan. A lot of these people who are paying that kind of ridiculous price for their Medicare supplement don't know any different simply because when they were turning 65, their phone was ringing off the hook. People knocking at their door, literally stacks of mail on their table. And now that they're 69, 70, 72 years old, no one's to be around to call them, to check on them with their Medicare supplement that they got, especially if it's like a Plan F. So here today, I'm going to show you some evidence of what I had started talking about in 2015, covered again in 2016, covered our agent event in 2017, made a website for in 2018 called planinmedicare.org, when our research showed conclusively 18 different months of data points, showing in a very clear fashion what was already happening with Plan F, Plan G, and Plan N Medicare supplement rates, and what I predicted at the time, which has now been proven correct, would happen right as we're implementing MACRA, right at January 1, 2020. So I want to show you those numbers now. What you're seeing here is one of the Medicare supplement companies that is showing you a deviation from what we had before, and that is it's split into two different categories. One is for people who were on Medicare before January 1, 2020, those already eligible for Medicare. And those rates are going to be different now. It's diverging from the people who are newly eligible for Medicare after January 1, 2020. I'm going to show you what's happening with the rates, but I just want you to see here, there are two different classes of people now. Those older people already on Medicare and the newer people. Remember, MACRA means that the new people to Medicare, newly eligible after January 1, 2020, cannot purchase Plan F or high deductible Plan F or Plan C anymore. That's because the Plan F paid for the deductible for them. And Congress said no more after January 1, 2020. So those people in that entire group, when people leave their employer plan, when they're kicked off their employer plan, they lose retiree benefits now. We had this happen with tens of thousands of people from Aon, managing the benefits for AT&T, IBM, UPS, and the like. All of those people back in the day had Plan F as the guarantee issue hub. Now it's going to be Plan G for those newly eligible for Medicare going forward. And as I predicted, the rates for Plan G are already trending to go very, very high. And that's why I make a strong recommendation that you look at Plan N very carefully for the long-term viability of being able to afford a Medicare supplement going forward. If your health allows you to consider Plan N, really should consider it. And I'll show you the website at the end of this video where you can look and see if that makes sense for you. But that's what we're doing here. We're going into two different pathways. The new people, and then the old people here. This is a rate increase notice showing what I predicted would happen. Here we have two different classes of people. The in-force people down here on the left, those people that are not newly eligible for Medicare, they've still been on Medicare from before, they're having a 12% rate increase in Mississippi for their Plan F. That's pretty bad. Anytime you see a double-digit rate increase on a Medicare supplement, that's pretty bad. Now this is on top of your age-related increase. If you're going from 69 to 70, now you'll be charged as a 70-year-old at your policy renewal. That is on top of this stated increase here of 12% on Plan F. That's pretty bad. But as I predicted, Look at Plan G. It's 11.3%. Never before have we had such close parity between Plan F and Plan G rate increases, and here they're just as bad. That's a bad story in and of itself, but look, this is what Chris predicted would happen. Plan N would be much better. Plan N is exactly half, 50% less rate increase on Plan N than even Plan G or Plan F. Here's the worst part though. Look at the newly eligible people. Brand new to Medicare, right? You can't buy Plan F anymore. You can buy Plan G. The Plan G rate for this new crowd of people is now up 24.7%. I wish I was wrong about this coming up, because we had a lot of people in Medicare that were on Plan G. Because compared to the market at the time, since Medicare modernization in 2010, Plan G was the smart choice to be, not Plan F. However, like I predicted, very sad to see, I have never seen rate increases this stinking high, and it's 24.7% on Plan G for new people. This is the block of people where Plan G is going to have to accept the guarantee issue people. So it's bad if you are on Medicare originally, on Plan G, at least with this particular carrier. This is just indicative of the trend of what we're about to see. But for newly eligible people on Plan G, that is just horrible. But again, look at Plan N, 6.1%. Why is that? Because Plan N has no guarantee issue people coming to it, and it never will. All they needed to do was reassign the people who had access to Plan F. Remember, the reason why Plan F was guarantee issue was because it made the insurance companies the most money. That's why if the insurance companies lobby said, if we have to take somebody onto a plan, we want it to be the most expensive plan we sell with the highest profitability. That's why it was Plan F before. Since Congress took that away, now that's Plan G. And look what they're doing to Plan G to make it profitable and to absorb the fact that it will now have the guarantee issue people. 24.7%. Let's look at another state. Same carrier, adjustments for the plans. This is the state of Arizona. This already happened September 1. Plan F went up 20%. That's god-awful. 20%. Plan G went up double digits as well, 14.5. But look at old Plan N at 6. And now look at the newly eligible people, what they're able to buy after January 1 of 2020. 28.2% increase from what it was before for these new people. Now this carrier has chosen to block off the old block, close it down, and start a new block for newly eligible people to Medicare. Both of them are taking it really hard on Plan G. Another one I want to show you is Pennsylvania. They're not deviating into two different blocks, probably because it wasn't approved by the Department of Insurance there. 20% on Plan F, 14.5% on Plan C that hardly anyone bought, 18.5% on Plan G, but look at Plan N, like we would have recommended, 6.1%. That's crazy. Lastly, in Kentucky, 20% Plan F, 14% Plan G, again, 6% Plan N. I think the advice that we give to our clients and prospective clients is on the cutting edge, because we were talking about this literally years ago. And you might say, well, Chris, I've been a client of yours for 8 years, and back then you were telling me Plan G was best. And it was. Things change in Medicare, and that's why it's incumbent upon you to subscribe to channels like this one that the other ones follow behind, because we lead the trend in seeing what's coming around the corner. We've been saying this now since 2015, and at every renewal we've been telling our clients, please consider Plan N. Here's the research. Here's why. Oh, here's one more. South Carolina, where I live. Plan F going up 20%. Plan G, 12.4%, which is bad. Plan N, just chugging along, 6.1%. 20, 12.4, or 6%. Which kind of a rate increase would you like? Now multiply this and compound this over 5 years on Medicare, simply from going 65 years old to 70 years old. And if you do nothing else, maybe your health will prevent you from moving. Here in South Carolina, there's no guarantee issue rule that says on your birthday or on the policy anniversary, you can change plans, like California or Washington or Oregon or New York. Nope. You have to qualify by health questions in the majority of the country in order to change. And if something, God forbid, happens to you with a chronic health condition where you cannot change in the future, I want to have said I did all I could do as your advocate to tell you which plan is best for you long term. This is a long-term game, being on Medicare. And no, we don't have a crystal ball that we can see what every carrier is going to do with every plan, but research has been clear on this topic, which is why I put it out. Please share this with somebody you know. They need to be on Plan N if you can at all get there by your health. Oh, we have one more. Tennessee, 20% across the board except for Plan N. 20% Plan F, 20% Plan G, 6% Plan N. Go to this website, if you would, right there, plannmedicare.org. See the research that started the conversation, which is why the majority of agents that subscribe to my channel or the Medicare agent training community that we have are now recommending to their clients Plan N as well, because the research is clear. Yeah, we did it at my office first. We've been saying it the longest. And if you want to be plugged into who's taking care of their clients, I feel the best, you need to be our client. You can reach us at seniorssavingsnetwork.org, put your information in there, and we'll be happy to go through that with you and see if you qualify to change to a better Medicare supplement. Time's running out because I can't predict with any degree of certainty whether or not you'll be able to qualify to change plans in the future. You should do it when you're thinking about it. You should do it when you have an opportunity in front of you and you're presented with the facts that may save you a lot of money in the future, rather than compound double-digit rate increase potential with the wrong plan. You may be on the right company. You may be on a great Medicare supplement company up to this point. You may just be on the wrong plan letter. We can help you decide. Please come over to seniorssavingsnetwork.org, get educated, and get help from our office and our team of people in here who love helping people, and we'll do everything we can to make sure you're on the right plan. My name's Christopher Westfall. Please share this information with somebody that you care about. Send them the link to this video and make sure you subscribe for updates about what's happening with Medicare, because changes, they are coming. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.